Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome. Today I'll talk about 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. George Washington was the first U.S. president. He served from 1789 until 1797. Born in 1732 into a Virginia planter family, he learned the morals, manners, and body of knowledge requisite for an 18th century Virginia gentleman. He pursued two intertwined interests: military arts and Western expansion. He was instrumental in the steps leading to the Constitutional Convention at Philadelphia in 1787. When the new Constitution was ratified, the Electoral College unanimously elected Washington president. Washington enjoyed less than 3 years of retirement at Mount Vernon, for he died of a throat infection December 14, 1799. For months the nation mourned him. He was married to Martha Dandridge Custis Washington. John Adams was the second U.S. president. He served from 1797 to 1801. He was born in the Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1735. A Harvard-educated lawyer, he early became identified with the Patriot cause. A delegate to the First and Second Continental Congresses, he led in the movement for independence. Adams' 2 terms as vice president were frustrating experiences for a man of his vigor, intellect, and vanity. He complained to his wife Abigail, "My country has in its wisdom contrived for me the most insignificant office that ever the invention of man contrived or his imagination conceived." When Adams became president, the war between the French and British was causing great difficulties for the United States on the high seas and intense partisanship among contending factions within the nation. His political life before and during the presidency was labeled by his peace efforts and war with France. Adams retired to his farm in Quincy. Here he penned his elaborate letters to Thomas Jefferson. Here on July 4, 1826, he whispered his last words. Thomas Jefferson survives, but Jefferson had died at Monticello a few hours earlier. He was married to Abigail Smith Adams. Thomas Jefferson was the third U.S. president. He served from 1801 until 1809. This powerful advocate of liberty was born in 1743 in Albemarle County, Virginia, inheriting from his father, a planter and surveyor, some 5,000 acres of land, and from his mother, Randolph, high social standing. He studied at the College of William and Mary, then read law. In 1772 he married Martha Wales Skelton, a widow, and took her to live in his partly constructed mountaintop home, Monticello. As a silent member of the Congress, Jefferson at 33 drafted the Declaration of Independence. In years following, he labored to make its words a reality in Virginia. Most notably, he wrote a bill establishing religious freedom enacted in 1786. Jefferson succeeded Benjamin Franklin as minister to France in 1785. His sympathy for the French Revolution led him into conflict with Alexander Hamilton when Jefferson was Secretary of State in President Washington's cabinet. He resigned in 1793. When Jefferson assumed the presidency, the crisis in France had passed. He slashed Army and Navy expenditures, cut the budget, eliminated tax on whiskey, so unpopular in the West, yet reduced the national debt by a third. Although the Constitution made no provision for the acquisition of new land, Jefferson suppressed his qualms over constitutionality when he had the opportunity to acquire the Louisiana Territory from Napoleon in 1803. He died on July 4, 1826. James Madison was the fourth U.S. president. He served from 1809 until 1817. Born in 1751, Madison was brought up in Orange County, Virginia, and attended Princeton, then called the College of New Jersey. A student of history and government, well-read in law, he participated in the framing of the Virginia Constitution in 1776, served in the Continental Congress, and was a leader in the Virginia Assembly. Madison made a major contribution to the ratification of the Constitution by writing with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay the Federalist Essays. In later years, when he was referred to as the father of the Constitution, Madison protested that the document was not the offspring of a single brain, but the work of many heads and many hands. During the first year of Madison's administration, the United States prohibited trade with both Britain and France. Then in May 1810, Congress authorized trade with both, directing the President, if either would accept America's view of neutral rights, to forbid trade with the other nation. In retirement in Montpelier, his estate in Orange County, Virginia, Madison spoke out against the disruptive states' rights influences that by the 1830s threatened to shatter the federal union. In a note opened after his death in 1836, he stated, "The advice nearest to my heart and deepest in my conviction is that the Union of the States be cherished and perpetuated." He was married to Dolly Payne Todd Madison. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Prezi signing out. Bye.